an economics professor at the University of Michigan, who's now been well aware of, never mind the burrito I've got in my hand, which is weighing a huge amount, but costs $20. What this is really all about is what we think is what prices should be doing vis-a-vis what we are all earning. And that's when it all goes wrong.
Richard, I'm just going to insist that you start by calling me CNN's leading burrito economist. And as soon as we get that going, we can get into this. Look, the truth is the burrito is just a metaphor here. The metaphors for the cost of living. The reality is burritos don't cost $20. The typical price of a burrito in the United States is $13.67. But that's not the point. The point is it feels like the burrito is more expensive. And so I want to just juxtapose two very interesting facts that are in tension with each other. One, the amount of stuff people can afford with their incomes. That's how an economist might think about affordability. So how much has your income gone up relative to wages? The amount of stuff you can afford has actually been rising over the past few years. The flip side is, number two, one of the most important political points in the United States right now is it just doesn't feel that way. People feel there's an affordability crisis underway, right. And the burrito is the tension created by those two forces.
Now, a lot of it, of course, is because wages have gone up, but then prices have gone up. So you feel like you're giving back part of your pay, which you think you got because you were better. But the reality is nobody ever won an election by telling the public that what they are feeling is wrong and that what they are feeling isn't true. And if there is that feeling at the moment that, if you will, there is this affordability problem, then that has to be respected.
Absolutely. So there's actually sort of two levels of this. So one we actually saw play out under President Biden. It's that prices were rising, but the truth is most of the time when prices rise, wages catch up. We don't think of it that way because when I get my annual pay rise, I think it's because I did a really good job. And then the prices rise and I think to myself, oh, someone stole it from me. That's terrible. But that's the reality. President Biden tried to explain that to the American public, and that's part of the reason he's no longer president. The other thing, though, is this president has gone a step further. He's not just saying affordability is okay. He's telling people that prices are falling. He promised to reduce prices on day one. He said time and again that prices are falling. The reality is even that burrito will tell you that prices aren't falling. This is a reality that people who are not presidents face every single day at the store. You can't lie your way out of this one.
So I'm familiar, obviously, we haven't done this long enough, that you've got purchasing price parity, which means that the famous McDonald's index, what a McDonald's Big Mac costs in euros versus dollars versus yen. But when you've got this burrito at $20 and it's become a talisman for economics, how do you get your way out of it besides eating the burrito?
Mate, very difficult. First of all, I just want to recommend burritos are fantastic. I came from Australia. We don't have very good burritos. I would say on CNN International, much of your audience aren't seeing the perfect burrito, but you can get them over here in the US, obviously terrific in Mexico too. Look, these fast foods becoming a metaphor for big issues is not new, as you say. So the burrito is a symbol of affordability. The Big Mac is an index it's often used to compare the cost of living across different countries. And then my favorite, I come from Australia, avocado toast was often seen as a metaphor for whether young people can get ahead as well. These are metaphors, but they're very important stories because when I come to you, Richard, and I explain consumer price indices and I explain wages and all of this mumbo jumbo, it's never going to stick the way a burrito will. Look, the president has promised he's going to bring burrito prices down. That would be a terrible thing. It's very expensive from an economic perspective to bring prices back down. The best way to do that is through a recession, and crikey, I don't want a recession right now. So what we have is irresponsible promises hitting reality, and all of that's going to come together and collide in November with an election that looks like it might be about dissatisfaction and everything else wrapped up in that burrito.
Justin, who's that over your left shoulder on the floor? Who's that? Go on, look behind you.
Oh, mate, that's my good boy, Max. Maxie boy doesn't get burritos, but he sometimes gets some leftovers. He's about 180,000 years old, and but he loves listening to economics, so I always let him come into the office when we're doing this.
I've just promoted you. You're no longer senior burrito. You're chief burrito correspondent. Justin Wolfers joining us from university. Thank you very much indeed, sir. Now, as we continue, look, we all know the problem. There you are. You've landed. You switch your phone on. And of course, you could roam, you could do this, you could do that. Well, today, international travellers are trading in traditional roaming plans, going for digital SIM cards.